Hey everybody, it's DJ Ten Hoeve with the Ten Hoeve Realty Group at Keller Williams here for your November 2019 market update for Monmouth County. So let's get right into it. Although you see the snow falling behind me here and December's in full swing, let's give a wrap up of November 2019. In November, 725 properties sold in Monmouth County, which is down 12% from the month before. However, good news is our average sales price, our days on market, and our list price to sales price ratio across the county all stayed relatively the same. Average sales price, $518,000. Days on market, 59 days. And list price to sales price ratio of about 95.5%. What we did see was a dramatic drop off in the number of homes listed for sale in the month of November compared to the prior month. 769 properties listed in the month of November, down from 1,220 properties listed in the month of October. What's with the drop off? Well, conventional wisdom leads people to believe that you shouldn't list your house in the months of November and December because of Teachers Convention, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, New Year's, all had happened between the months of November and December. Well, while there certainly are fewer buyers that are out in the market this time of year, the good news is they are absolutely dead serious. If you're out here looking in this type of weather, you're moving because you have to move, not because you want to move. If your house is not listed during this time frame, you don't get seen. No one's going to know the property's for sale. So our suggestion is, if you have a property that's ready to be listed for sale, put the property on the market now. Don't wait. Don't wait for March and April. If you can't and it's not convenient for you to put the property on during the months of November or December, get it on as early in January as you possibly can. If you can list it now, you have motivated buyers out there looking who are not seeing the other properties that have either not been listed or taken off the market for the holidays. And you have the decision to make. If it's an inconvenient day because you have family in from out of town, don't honor the showing. Push them to another day, but at least you get the exposure by being active on the market. So, what is that showing us? Seems like we have a fairly stable market across the county, but let's get into absorption rate. Absorption rate, again, is simply put, how many months would it take to sell all the inventory that's on the market at last month's sales rate? The way we figure this out is looking at the total number of homes on the market divided by the rate of sales from last month, and that gives us a number of months that it would take to sell all that inventory. Good news is, Monmouth County, you are at 4.5 months of inventory. But what does that mean? Well, anything less than 6 months is typically a seller's market, meaning there are more buyers than there are sellers and sellers command the terms. Anything over 8 months of inventory is the opposite. It's typically a buyer's market where there are fewer buyers than there are number of homes on the market. And 6, 7, 8 months of inventory in the middle, that's a neutral market where both sides are on par. So Monmouth County, you're at 4.5 months of inventory. That's great news. It's still a very strong seller's market. Let's look at a couple key towns that we focus on here in Monmouth County. So Colts Neck, you're at 8.5 months of inventory for the month of November 2019, which again is teetering on neutral to buyer's market, but you did have a boost of activity. That month of inventory actually dropped from the previous month with 14 homes sold in the month of November. Fairhaven, different story, 4.5 months of inventory with 8 homes sold last month. Now that is a pretty standard month inventory and absorption rate for them over the last 5 to 6 months. They've been holding pretty steady at 4.5 months of inventory, which is the same story for Rumson, although their months of inventory are higher, similar to Colts Neck. 8.5 months of inventory in Rumson with 10 homes sold in the month of November. And then let's go to a town like Middletown. 67 homes sold in the month of November. Again, a bigger township, a bigger geographic area, but 4.5 months of inventory. So again, a strong seller's market in Middletown, strong seller's market in Fairhaven. What we're seeing, and what these metrics are showing you as well, is that there's a bit of a tale of two cities. The market at the lower price ranges is hotter than it is at the top price ranges. And it's taking you roughly twice as long to sell $1 million+ property as it is to sell a property in the $350,000 to $500,000 price range. But it's telling you that homes are selling. Even at the $1 million price range, homes are still selling in less than 6 months. We may not be seeing the multiple offer situations that we've seen over the past couple of years at the $1 million, $1,250,000, $1,750,000 price ranges when a house is brand new construction, but the homes are still selling. They're still selling roughly between 95 to 100% of sales price, and they're still selling in less than 6 months. So our forecast, let's get into it. Not just for December, but for the rest of the next 6 months. It's an election year. Typically, things don't go dramatically up or down in an election year, and we anticipate things to go sideways for the next 6 months. But that's great news. It's the fastest should say it's the busiest year of real estate in New Jersey history and U.S. history. That's right. This whole idea you keep hearing about recession and about the market, the real estate market imploding. We're not seeing any of that. Those numbers I just shared with you point to the exact opposite. It's been the busiest year of real estate in New Jersey history as well as in the United States history. So if we're going to go lateral, there can't be a better year to do it. I anticipate that although there's a lot of money on the sidelines right now of people very hesitant to buy, that will come back in over the next 6 months, and people will realize that with historically low rates that we still see out there and anemic inventory levels, especially in the lower price ranges, it will continue to be a strong market. So buyers, don't wait for spring market. Get out there and look right now. You'll be in less bidding war situations, even in that sweet spot price range, than you will be in the spring of next year. Sellers, if you have the convenience and the ability to list your house now, December, January, February, get ahead of that spring market inventory that hits usually March, April, May. That's our market update for November 2019. If we've left your town out, if we've left out any information that you have some questions about, hit us up with a message. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, however you need to reach us, answer your questions. Thanks. Talk to you soon.